and welcome to Cheeky Richo Cooking's pork, hock, vegetable and lentil soup. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. Just rat through your crisper. I'm a bit of a crisper whisperer, and find out anything that needs to be eaten quickly, and they can go straight into this. It doesn't even matter if it's fruit. We've got some lentils here that are actually canned lentils I found in the supermarket, but you can actually use them raw, or you can use red ones or brown ones, and then you can soak them overnight, or you can use them raw. The first thing we're going to do with our Tefal Cook4Me, which is going to be preparing this recipe, is head it to the browning function and cut into our lovely, delicious, meaty ham hock. Check out the meat on that. We're going to cut into that to expose as many surfaces as we can, chop into all these gorgeous vegetables and throw it all in. Wonderful, hearty, healthy, economical soup for the whole family. So let's get started. Okay, there's lots of meat on this. We're just going to score into it right down to the bone. And what's going to happen, it's going to expose all of those surfaces to the gorgeous stock that we're using. It'll cut the rind, which is very, very smoky and delicious, and we're going to score it so it makes it into little small pieces. There's lots of gelatinous meat in there. Can you see that? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be very, very sticky and sweet and delicious. So just hack into it willy-nilly and then go down to the bone like so. And that way you're going to make sure everybody gets a little bit of this magnificent meat in every bowl of soup. You don't have to cut it off. There's lots of flavour in the bone, and it will actually permeate right through to the bone. Any come off, doesn't matter, throw them in anyway. The whole purpose of this exercise is to make sure that that rind doesn't come off in one big sticky mess, because if it does, someone's going to get a real lot and someone's going to miss out, and that is not ideal. If you have the time and you're using a stovetop method or perhaps in the oven, you would find that this would just break down on its own, but we're just giving it a little helping hand, and you can see how much of that meat is exposed. So into the Tefal Cook4Me, which is presently preheating on the browning function. So you'll hear it sizzle a little bit. Don't worry too much about that. No fat in there, because there's actually plenty of fat in that ham hock that's going to flavour and enhance our dish. Now, we've got the stems off some asparagus here that we've already used the spears, the nice tender spears, for another dish. This will tenderise these, and so they're going in there, gorgeous flavour in those. So just slice those into little pieces, and all the vegetables that are actually root vegetables will be going in first, because they'll need a little bit more time to cook. So in with our asparagus. Our carrots, our pumpkin and our potatoes just cut into little chunks about yay big. The reason that we've cut them that size is they're going to cook quickly, and they're going to add a lot of sweetness, body and flavour to the dish, as well as the nutrients. Give it a little bit of a stir around so it doesn't burn. Now we're going to get a really good pinch of lovely freshly cracked pepper, or two, and we'll do our onions next and our garlic. Okay, garlic is roughly chopped, onions the same. They are going to add a gorgeous sweetness, break right down. Onions are perfect for you. They're low carb and they've got a lot of lovely flavours, and they're perfect in winter dishes. So just give that a little bit of a stir around. We're going to add our tomato paste. I add tomato paste to most of my soup and casserole dishes because it adds a richness, and it also helps to thicken it a little bit. Not that this probably needs it, but there's a good dollop there. It's cheap as chips. We've got a recipe for it on our Cheeky Richo Cooking channel. You can check that out. But it's very, very easy to keep. Just store it upside down in the fridge like so, by shaking it down to the bottom. And what happens then, the tomato paste will be down the bottom and it won't get any air in it, and that way it can't go mouldy. So you'll be able to use it right to the very last drop. But you have to store it in the fridge once it's been opened. Now we're going to add our vegetable stock. You could use chicken stock if you like. Obviously we need some flavour for this. Let it keep browning while we add the rest of the vegetables. You can see it's getting quite close to the maximum line here, which is just there. A few more vegetables and we're ready to seal it off, turn off the browning function and put it onto the quick cook function for about 25 minutes. I have a tomato here that I've just cored. Now, I don't really care about the skin being in the soup, because if you cut it small enough, the skin is virtually going to disappear anyway. If that is a problem to you and you don't like that, I've got this little potato peeler here, which has got a serrated blade on it. Can you see that? and it will peel a tomato. I kid you not. Check this out. And it's so much faster, especially if you're doing a larger quantity, it's so much faster than actually blanching them with a cross in the bottom, waiting for they're cool enough so that you can actually slide them out of their skins. I mean, this is taking seconds. If you can peel an apple, you can peel a potato, you can certainly peel a tomato. There you go. Look at that. And there's our perfectly peeled tomato. Okay, everything now goes in to our Tefal Cook4Me. We've got zucchinis, we've got our peeled tomato, we have some capsicum or bell pepper, and I'm using bok choy or Chinese cabbage here. You can use normal cabbage if you like, but when you cook it under pressure, it gets a bit of a sulfury sort of smell. That's another reason why we don't generally use broccoli or cauliflower or regular sugarloaf or drumhead cabbage in our soups, because it gets a bit of a pong about it. It doesn't affect the flavour at all, but if you're trying to get kids to eat vegetables, you probably aren't going to be successful if you use normal cabbage. Just give this a bit of stir around. We've got some fresh herbs there. Cut them last minute, throw them in, added freshness, got the added flavour, a bit of brightness, and you're not destroying any of the nutrients. Okay, our maximum line is about there. And now turn off our browning function. And now we're just going to turn it to the, turn that off. A quick cook function for 25 minutes. Add the lentils now. Quick cook, immediate start, close and bolt the lid. See you in 25 minutes. Okay, our 25 minutes is up, and this is what you should have. Check that out. There's our bone. All of our vegetables are beautifully cooked, and all of our meat is just sliding off that bone. I'll show you what I mean. There it is there. Just picking it off so easily. It's already done its job and released all those gorgeous flavors. It's a little bit big to pick up with our silicone tongs because it's too slippery. So just pull this meat off and look at that. That'll be spangled all through our dish and it'll be divine. You probably wouldn't get it any cleaner if you stuck it on an ant bed. All right, with all of our meat off our bone, check that out. It's chunky, it's rich, it's hearty, it's got some lentils in there, it's got plenty of fibre, plenty of protein, and gazoodles of flavour. We're serving it with some crusty homemade Parmesan herb garlic bread. This is perfect for freezing, perfect for lunches, and perfect for having later on in the week. It makes such a big batch, and it's very, very, very economical. I haven't even used half of the pot with 2 massive meals taken out of it. And that is our dinner. Sprinkle a few of our freshly chopped herbs on top. Any ones you like. I'm using flat leaf parsley because I can. We've got our gorgeous garlic bread here. This is beyond boiling. It is so hot with a nice glass of red. I hope you enjoyed our little cooking demonstration of cheekyricho's smoky pork hock lentil and vegetable soup cooked in Tefal Cook4Me. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our cheekyricho channel. And don't forget to check out our Tefal Cook4Me playlist. We're adding to it all of the time. This was a special request from Gloria. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, Gloria, and thanks for watching. Now check this out after it's been in the fridge. There's no fat risen to the surface. Look how thick and gelatinous this soup is. It's absolutely divine. Flavours develop over time and it's just gorgeous. Hope you enjoy our recipe and thanks for watching.